And hello everybody, welcome to another video by none other than NikoTheLegend. I'm also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and Vigil. And we're back for, surprisingly enough, another Mass Effect video. I don't really do too many of these videos anymore because they don't do anything for the channel at all. But I couldn't help myself because I love Mass Effect so much, so I thought I'd give it another shot and see if YouTube gives a crap. But hey, before we get started, if you like what you see today in the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're really close to that 1,000. I appreciate it big time if we got there. Anyway, folks, so here's something that's pretty interesting to me because, well, I think Mass Effect 5, or 4, depending on how you're looking at it, is in good hands. And why do I think that? Well, that's because Mass Effect 5 or 4 just got a huge key member added to the roster. A big one. And who might that be? That is going to be Mary DeMarle. Now, if you don't know who that is, besides just looking at the screen here or the article, this is a huge writer that has worked on Deus Ex and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, you may have heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, the game that came out last year for Square that actually won them an award at the Video Game Awards. What was it? Best Narrative or something like that? I can't remember exactly, but it won Square Enix an award, and this was the game that took over the development of Deus Ex 3, you know, with the reboot from Human Revolution and then Mankind Divided. And the third game was stopped midway to pretty much Eidos-Montreal to work on Guardians of the Galaxy. And this lady, Mary, was one of the lead writers on this project. And to me, I thought the game was great. It was fun. Of course, I do wish they made another Deus Ex game because they already were working on it. And then Square Enix decided to sell the entire IP of Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, and many other games or IPs themselves. So they're just thrown into the mix somewhere, and I think someone else picked it up. But anyway, Mary has worked on Human Revolution and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I like those games very much. And I think Deus Ex, when they started coming back with the newer games, fantastic job. So good for her. And I'm sure that she has nowhere really to go because the games that she's been working on has been just thrown out into the trash or outside of the Square Enix home base. So I think BioWare did the right thing by getting her on their team. So, furthermore, let's see. BioWare's project director has now confirmed that Mary DeMarle, sorry if I get that wrong, has joined the studio to work on the new Mass Effect game. I'm really excited to let you know that Mary DeMarle will be joining the Mass Effect team as Senior Narrative Director, which is huge, because she's going to be the one that's really going to be doing a lot of the directing on where the story goes in Mass Effect 4 or 5. Let's just say 5. She's going to be the one taking the wheel on where everything, whatever happens we see in this game, she is definitely going to be the one that we have to look towards on finishing this game properly. So DeMarle will forever stick to her sci-fi lineage, having previously led the narrative for Guardians of the Galaxy and the Deus Ex games. So, Guardians of the Galaxy and Deus Ex prequel writer Mary DeMarle has joined Mass Effect and Dragon Age developer BioWare. She spent more than 14 years at Eidos-Montreal, where she was a narrative director and lead writer on Deus Ex Human Revolution and Deus Ex Mankind Divided. If you really like those games, it's because of her. Most recently, she created the story of 2021's Guardians of the Galaxy, which won Best Narrative at the Game Awards last year. So that goes to show you that she doesn't mess around. And that's great because BioWare has been losing a ton of key members. If you look at the list of how many members they've lost since the development of Anthem, it's pretty crazy. So I think BioWare could go for a big win. I think that's awesome. The only thing that I'm kind of worried is that Mass Effect 5 has to be really in early development if they just got a senior narrative director, like a head honcho key position. So either it was halted for the time being until they got somebody, or they're just now getting things going. Who knows? We might not see the next Mass Effect game for like another 4 to 5 years. Heck, if we're lucky, 3 years. Because we're still waiting on the next Dragon Age. And I really, really hope that Dragon Age 4 does well. My God. It's been 8 years since Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh my Christ. I'm getting old, folks. I'm really getting old. Anyway, not to sidetrack here, but just know that she's going to be a big asset for this company, and I really hope she does well. She's already a master of her craft when it comes to doing sci-fi stories. She's worked on Deus Ex 1 and 2 of the reboot games, Human Revolution, Mankind Divided, and then last but not least, Guardians of the Galaxy. She's worked on high-budget franchises, so she's going to go on to the next one. And like I said, BioWare could use the extra hand big time. We need a veteran. We need a professional, like someone who's been in the trenches before. So I hope she does well. Just like I hope this video does well. Anyway, folks, what do you think about Mary DeMarle, or Marl, sorry to butcher that, on joining the BioWare team, especially to help Mass Effect's story? Is this good news about Mass Effect? I don't see why it wouldn't, besides the fact that, Mass Effect is just not have been really developed for too long. They might be just in really early concept phases. Does that bode well for the game? I don't know. I think, I'm okay with however long it takes deep down, as long as when it comes out, it's good. It's completed. It's not a buggy piece of crap and schlockfest live service game like Halo Infinite or Battlefield 2042, or releases close to half-baked, barely half-baked like Cyberpunk 2077 did. So let's avoid that at all costs. Anyway, I've been your host, NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and Vigil. Pathfinders, I can't wait for this game to come out because there's going to be so much to talk about, and maybe I'll have a gray beard by then and plenty of crow's feet to go around. Who knows? But if you've stuck with me this long, then you're in for a rude awakening. Anyway, take care. I just want to die.